With WWE releasing multiple big names today, this is Wrestling Up. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report for June 2nd. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. WWE could be adapting a new type of ring, as months ago NXT reportedly started using new materials. With Ringside News writing, we've been told that WWE has modded the NXT ring by experimenting with a new type of material. It was told to us that it wouldn't be a huge surprise to see the main roster use this idea. They're replacing the traditional wood with a plastic-like material. Apparently this is being done to lessen the impact of wrestlers hitting the mat, as this new NXT ring design could make its way to Raw and SmackDown. Tamina and Natalya are the women's tag team champions after defeating Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax last month, as they talked about how every female superstar was watching their title win, saying this on Renee Paquette's podcast. "I had no idea that Bayley rallied the troops and got all the girls in a gorilla during our match the night we won the titles. Every girl in the locker room, no matter what role was there, and they were jumping up and down. TJ said the girls created a fan-like environment in Gorilla when we won the titles, where even Vince was like, holy crap. The girls are ride or die. We've all grown close to each other and want to give and see each other succeed." Natalya would go on to admit, "I had a little guilt winning the title because as much as I felt like we deserved it, especially Tamina, I also look at Ruby and Liv. They are the longest formed tag team in WWE and we want them to have a chance in a moment. I'm super excited about competing against Ruby and Liv because they are two of the best in the division. In us winning, it'll also be a part of their success. We know how to pay it forward." In a shocking turn of events, WWE has reportedly released Aleister Black. He had recently made his return, with him even costing Big E a chance at becoming IC champion, as this appeared to be setting up a rivalry between them. With previous rumors of the company wanting to bring back Zelina Vega, the release of Black is surprising to say the least. Black would tweet in response to this news writing, "I'm gathering my thoughts, as this was a complete left field for me, as obviously we just started the Dark Father character, but this was it. Thank you so much WWE Universe for allowing me to create and give you small bits of myself." Staying on the topic of big cuts from WWE, Braun Strowman is perhaps the largest star to be released, according to Fightful. Strowman has been in plenty of main events and is a former Universal Champion. He had been with the promotion since 2013, making his main roster debut as a member of the Wyatt family. We'll have to wait and see what is next for the Monster Among Men. While Strowman and Black were some of the bigger name cuts, there were others released from WWE, which include Lana, Murphy, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett. Lana recently had a match on Monday, while Ruby Riott was in action against the Tag Champions last Friday. New Raw play-by-play commentator Jimmy Smith has been receiving praise from fans and those backstage in WWE, with him looking to be a natural fit for the position. Speaking of Busted Open Radio, Smith touched on having Vince McMahon in his ear during the broadcast. "I had Rebney yelling at me in Bellator, it happens. Dana White didn't really do it in UFC, but I've dealt with multiple people yelling at me or multiple people talking to me. It wasn't new at all. When Vince hopped on, it was about things that were specific to WWE that I need to learn that I found helpful. Whatever we'd say, WWE fans, it's our fans. There's verbiage specific to the WWE. Every time Vince jumped on, it was in WWE we say this. Got it. It was all helpful. 3 people were never talking at the same time. Even though it was 3 different voices, they all jumped on at different times. I had Michael Cole in my ear because he was producing, and I had Kevin Dunn and occasionally Vince. Vince not that much, and Kevin and Cole were good at not stepping on each other. The on-air traffic was great, and Kevin gave me plenty of time. The countdowns were shorter. I have to get used to that. It's the nature of the way wrestling works." Being a combat sports commentator, Smith is transitioning well into WWE, much like Mauro Ranallo when he was brought to SmackDown years ago. Sticking with Jimmy Smith, he also said on Busted Open Radio what advice he got from those in WWE, saying, "But a big part of it was they said you have energy. Just have energy. Just tell people they should be excited to be here and be excited to be seeing what you're seeing." That was the advice from like 4 different people was, hey, you can F this up, you can F that up, you can F up people's names. Have energy during the match. And I went, no problem. That's what I've been doing for a long time. So that was really the preparation, is like, if you don't care, fans aren't going to care. And I was able during the match, especially during the Kofi Kingston Drew McIntyre match, that was incredible. My energy level was through the roof the whole time. So as long as I have that, I felt good, but that was the major advice I was given, The $1 Million Man has recently made his return to WWE to start a feud with Cameron Grimes. The Hall of Famer is best known for being the only WWE champion to buy the belt off someone in this case being Andre the Giant. This, of course, led to the title being declared vacant, with Dibiase coming up short in a tournament to become the champion officially. Now he is petitioning to change the record books, writing everyone's got a price for the $1 Million Man, even the Giant. In 1988, Andre helped me win the championship from Hulk Hogan. WWE doesn't recognize this as an official title reign. With the help of the WWE Universe, we can make it official. Thousands of fans have signed the petition already, and I didn't buy a single one. Let's keep it going. The $1 Million Man always gets his title. With WrestleSlam, former WWE star Enzo Amore touched on coming into NXT during a transition of power, with Triple H gaining control of the developmental system. As Amore said this on the firings that took place after, "I just thought it was so green they didn't want to throw me into the fire. But they threw me right into the fire and I had to learn how to wrestle right in front of everyone's eyes. It was unbelievable. I think when you look back on it, I came into a class with 26 to 30 people into the WWE. Walked through the door with a big class and Bill DeMott, brand new head coach, first recruitment class of Triple H. So Triple H, this is his first recruitment class. We'd held off on hires for a few months now, and the reason we were holding off on hires is because there is going to be a transition of office. They're taking Dr. Tom Pritchard, and they are bringing in Bill DeMott. When they bring in Bill DeMott, he's a drill sergeant. They're bringing in this big class of recruitments, and they're going to fire a lot of talent because Triple H and Bill DeMott, brand new staff. Triple H is now the head of talent development. We haven't created a performance center, and it's old school Florida Championship Wrestling. I tried out in front of Dr. Tom, Dusty Rhodes, Steve Kieran, Norman Smiley, and Joey Mercury. Dusty was the guy that gave me the nod and got me hired. Now I walked in the door and Bill DeMott is the head coach, and it's straight drill work, baby, and it was weeding out the herd. And I understood why they brought in a coach like that, to say if you are weak-minded, if you can't take a crap sandwich and learn to taste it, you aren't going to make it in this business. They fired a lot of people, man. My name was always on the chopping block and was never a guarantee, so I would show up at 5:30 a.m. waiting on the steps for Bill, and I'm pretty sure that was the reason he hated me most. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.